For me. This is, I'm a nurse. I'm really not permitted to wear big pieces. This is, I like a classic stud. And it's all rolled into one for $48. And what's great is you start with this beautiful swirl, dimensional, 14 karat gold. Nestled in the center is a sparkle, a pop of crystal, faceted crystal there in the center. That look of diamond, of course, made more believable by the fact that it's wrapped and encased in 14 karat gold. Oh my gosh, we got a feature price of $48 on this one. So yay that we have it in 3 gold choices, because that kind of a price point, maybe you're thinking, you know, I'm not really that much of a rose gold gal, but I'm looking at this and I'm going, well, maybe I am now at $48. So yes, we do have it in the rose. And anytime we present rose gold, as rare as it is, I always try to call out to those of you who are collectors, myself included, of Bronzo Italia, and that blush tone in our bronze jewelry. You blend this in with that, and it looks like you've really just added your collection of Bronzo Italia. Here in the center is your white gold. And in fact, you know what? The fact that it's paired next to this crystal will help drive home the point that I was making earlier about how clean and white our white gold is. If we paired it next to that diamond-like crystal and it were not good white gold, you would know that right off the bat because it would look murky and gray. It's white. Next up, best for last maybe, if you're a true yellow gold lover, there it is. And that's all yellow gold. So let's take a measure, see what we're getting into. It is the petite stud, but not forgettable, 1/4 of an inch. And in fact, I'm gonna grab one out of my tray to give you a little side profile and dimension on this one. We'll see how close we can get. So really, you know, we call it the love knot, but really you could think of this as a floral design, or I think of like Saturn's rings and just the beautiful look how thick those are. It's a square tubing that's wrapped around and around and around, and at its center, that beautiful and substantial size in the crystal. So when you think about diamond stud earrings or diamondique or any of your faceted gem stud earrings, that's exactly what this is, only made more elegant and made more of a statement, really. In fact, I'll just do one of the hoop earring and into this to give you a sense. And I've actually heard this described before, and I would agree. I've heard this described as ideal even for those of you who have multiple piercings. It's kind of tricky to find what to put into that second or third piercing that isn't overwhelming or doesn't, you know, mismatches a larger earring there at the base. Or maybe, gosh, look at that. Do you remember that measurement that I gave you earlier? That's not what this looks like, is it? Because it is that dimensional, and you can definitely see, like as I'm looking at it now, can really appreciate the sparkle of that crystal, which we can do, because if we were to do this in diamond, which we could, I mean, it's 14 karat gold, it justifies it, but gosh, what would that price be? And what would the clarity of the stone be? And are you compromising a little bit just to get the diamond? In this case, at least to my eye, because I'm not wearing a loop, to my eye, it's a diamond. And especially when it's wrapped in gold like that, I go, well, yeah, why wouldn't it be? So it's made super believable. What a classic. I mean, isn't it funny how we always come back to certain things? I've got pearl studs in every color of the rainbow. I wear them all the time. I think they cost me $35. And I wear them more often than my true diamond stud earrings. It just kind of makes sense from day to day to day. So this is that earring that makes sense day to day to day, but you get the diamond look, and you picked them up for $48. So while it's, for some of you, maybe still early, I'm already making my Christmas gift list, and I'm trying to knock out some of them early so that I'm not a raging stress ball in December. And if I see anything in that $40, $50 price tag, I start to do a little mental check. Okay, wait a minute, who would really like these? And if you have somebody, especially even those like younger girls who are starting out in jewelry, what a treat it would be to say, no, honey, these are real gold. And you can do that confidently, knowing that that's not a $500 pair of diamond stud earrings that they could potentially lose at school. So here's that perfect gift or the perfect treat yourself. I know, I've shared with you all the time, I'm a single mom of a teenage girl who's looking at college in a couple of years. And so my jewelry budget just shrunk. But my love of jewelry did not. It expands every day. So how do you treat yourself and indulge and kind of satisfy that urge for beautiful jewelry? We know that it's a want, not necessarily a need. I know, it's hard to believe. But you know, how do you indulge that and then not wake up tomorrow and go, should I have done that? When it's $48, it's easier to do so. So when we get a closer look, we've been talking about the yellow a lot because I know that's just where I gravitate, but I own a lot of silver too. So here's how you get that, blending in with your silver beautifully, but knowing that you're wearing true white gold. And then in that rose, we haven't talked about the rose much just because we haven't seen much of it in our show. But on the same note that we made about the white and how truly white it is, we would argue the same about the rose. Rose gold, not all rose gold is the same and often has a tendency to be overly, almost coppery and very false looking. Our rose gold is rose. So it's that blush, that girlish hue. And then with the love knot design, you get that symbol of infinite love, that, you know, anything that implies infinity, like infinity links, love knots. I love the story that it tells, and really what it means is my love for you will never end. Yellow is the most popular choice. It often is, and that often means it's one of the first to go. So when you look at a $48 price tag, think to yourself, would I like more than one? Do I want to pick up one for a friend, a loved one, or just treat myself with one? Either way, you can't beat that price. J322007, gold, and the sparkle of beautiful faceted crystal. It's funny, out of all of the very luxe and ornate pieces in our show, this was, I think, the first thing that I grabbed out of the tray to try on. And it's a slip-on bangle. So what we're looking at right now is the square tube slip-on bangle. In fact, much the same story that we were chatting about with the hoop earrings, the J hoops, and I'll give you the information on that in a bit too, because they really match perfectly. But this is clean and simple minimalist into a square tubing, which has its own advantages, which we'll discuss. But just like, yeah, I am gonna go back there, like just like we were talking about